After plastering a fake smile on my face, I looked over at him. "I always get this excited for you," I said, tucking some brown hair behind my ear. He grimaced and even rolled his eyes. "And besides, I haven't hung out with Melissa and Serena in so long. I've been working and visiting Mom. It's about time I got to spend a couple of nights gossiping about you." I playfully poked his stomach, trying to get him to smile. "Talk about me, or all the guys in my frat you want to fuck?" I stopped before we walked into the house. "What are you talking about?" I asked, brows drawn together. He stared at me, nostrils flared. What is his problem? He shook his head and seized the door handle. "Forget it." I pulled his hand away and stared at him. "Forget what? What did I do?" I asked, reluctantly leaving out the "this time" part that I desperately wanted to add. His jaw twitched. "You don't remember?" he asked, glaring down at me. "You fucking mumble their names in your sleep. Every night I wake up to you moaning about someone else." Mumble people's names in my sleep? I barely slept last night. After narrowing my eyes at him, I crossed my arms over my chest. "Whose name did I say?" I asked, testing him. Mason was a deep sleeper. If he didn't wake up when I turned my vibrator on full blast, he wouldn't wake up for me mumbling names in my sleep. "Victor?" I raised my eyebrows. "Victor? As in Melissa's boyfriend?" That man was a total man whore, who only got girls because he had money. If that boy were poor, he'd have to beg for a woman's attention. A disrespectful sleazeball. Not my type. "I wasn't dreaming of him last night," I said, placing my hand on my hip. "Why would you even think that, Mason? He's your best friend, and my best friend's boyfriend." He shook his head again, one of his many annoyed expressions crossing his face. "Forget it," he said. Then he walked into the house, not bothering to hold the door open for me, leaving me behind. I stared at the glass door, lips pinched into a tight line, foot tapping against the concrete sidewalk. This fucking man. I had done nothing, absolutely nothing, and he thought he could... "The door isn't going to open itself," someone said from behind me. I stood up straighter, my cheeks tinting red, and turned on my heel to meet the piercing eyes of the one and only Mr. Bryne. He twirled his car keys around his index finger and raised his brows at me as he walked up the sidewalk to the front door. Dressed in a fitted dress shirt, he had his suit jacket slung over his shoulder and his briefcase hanging off the other. My cheeks warmed even more as I watched his biceps flex through the thin material. I smiled awkwardly at him, all my hazy fantasies dancing through my mind. God, Mia, keep it together. Your boyfriend is just inside the house. Don't want him thinking you have a crush on Melissa's father now. "Good evening, Mia," Mr. Bryne said, my name rolling off of his full lips like it had 1,000,000 times since high school. He pulled the door open, gesturing for me to enter. I grasped the handle, my fingers sweeping against his long ones. "Hi, Mr. Bryne." My fingers tingled at the contact, and I gulped. It felt like years since I had seen him, but it had only been a few weeks. In high school, I'd see him every day. But now that we were in college, I only saw him when Melissa wanted to use his pool for a few days. So I hopped on any chance I had to come over. We stepped into the foyer. "You're staying over this weekend?" he asked, lips parted as he stared down at me. I clenched my pussy, imagining those full lips trailing down my neck, his fingers slipping into my underwear, his cock pressing against my entrance. "Yep," I said, hoisting my backpack up my shoulder. He smirked, his eyes growing wide and playful. "Well, I hope you girls have fun." His gaze flickered down my body for a mere moment, and my cheeks flushed. "Stop it, Mia. He's probably just looking at the carpet." He leaned toward me. "If you need me for anything, Mia, you know where to find me."